Jared.
Yeah.
We want you to want us and us to want you at the Fest podcast.
All right,
Jared, this is a good one.
That's a good one. We got to get some energy going up here.
Yeah.
Light jumper guys, they're looking a little nappy. So
They were, but not anymore.
we're all fired up.
They're excited. Wait, they're sleeping, but hey.
They're sleeping.
That's
We'll get
okay.
through this. All right. So what are we doing?
We're sound checking it.
So Indie Country Fest update. You got some stuff going on?
Yeah, that'll be fun. I got some good stuff.
You got some good stuff?
Some stuff that has, if you're on our YouTube and watching it, you can see there's a little bit of a clue over to my left, your right, depends on how you're viewing it.
Whose brilliant idea is this?
We'll have to listen and find out, Jared.
Self-promotion at its worst, right? Then we got the festival updates, so
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'm gonna be cold.
You're gonna be cold. It's gonna be. We have a little personal stuff to talk about that, and then we're actually in the festival news.
We are. We're making our own. Are we making news? We're gonna be participatory.
Never know. Never know.
I hope not.
Never know, buddy.
Lukey Luke gets arrested.
No, that's only when I'm driving.
Only when you're driving?
Yes.
We didn't get arrested. We just got pulled over.
Not yet. That was on the way back, not the way here, right?
Luke, who's our headliner this week?
Ooh, our headliner this week is Lee Gierszewski.
Gierszewski.
Our good friend from Alliance Real Estate, who is our #1 Fest podcast sponsor.
Right. How do you say that last name?
Gierszewski.
We're going to get that right after 12 episodes.
Gierszewski.
We should have had him on a lot sooner.
Oh, it was great. It was fun.
Yeah, he was great.
It's a great interview.
Yep.
And very in depth on some things. It's really good about the market. And
yeah, it was
real estate.
interesting tying North Dakota stuff in with Phoenix stuff and how it all seems to relate.
Yeah, it totally does. Totally does.
Ralphy's top 3.
That's good.
Got it. It turned out way better than I thought it was going to be.
I can't wait to rewatch it on YouTube. That'll be fun. That'll be great.
I will say number 3, I was kind of like,
Don't say it.
I'm just giving a tease. But when he came out with number 3, I'm like, oh boy, where are we going with this?
And then it escalated quickly.
It did.
Escalated in a good way.
And then we probably should have kept the Zoom rolling after that because we kind of just sat around and had a really good conversation.
I think it still was rolling, but I think there's major editing that needs to be done, possibly.
They're going to cut it and clip it and just make us look bad because it was awesome. Stage laugh. What are we talking about today?
Hey, that'll be fun. We went camping again.
Oh, right.
Camping again, but we got some good stories from camping. Some excellent things.
All right. So, Luke, how do they find us on YouTube?
I don't say that part, Jared. That's you, buddy.
That's me?
Yeah, hit it.
You're the YouTube guy.
No, yeah. You know what? If you are listening to us on the podcast, where obviously anywhere you can get your podcast platform, you can find us there. But make sure you review us on those. Hit those reviews on the podcast platforms, which is, Jared?
Apple Podcast and all the other great things that are there.
Now, if you want to watch us, which is even better, you can jump over to our YouTube channel, which is the Fast Podcast YouTube channel. Jump on, hit those subscriptions.
Yeah, we got a little challenge that we're bringing out because we want to see something fun.
Yep. So you'll see that. I'm going to just tell you right now. So we got to get to 100 subscribers by November 6th.
November 6th is the date.
November 6th, by the end of the day, we get to 100 subscribers. Ralphie's going to jump into, would we say, a sexy nurse outfit?
Sexy nurse outfit.
For all of our YouTube viewers.
But that'll be awesome.
So jump on there, hit that subscription, hit us on some reviews and do some comments.
And Ralphie wants comments on what we all think is the best Halloween costume or favorite Halloween costume.
I don't know. We're yet to find out.
We'll find out later on. All right, so we're sliding into the Indie Country Fest update, Luke.
Yep, let's hit that with Find Your Keys with Lee Gierszewski.
Gierszewski.
Let's talk about Indie Country Fest. We had a great price increase. I mean, great because I thank you all so much because during the time right now, we've had...
it does seem a little disingenuous. We had a great price increase.
What can I say?
Buying more tickets.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's great. I mean, the support that we get from not only North Dakota, but all the states around there in the region.
Right.
Thank you so much. VIP camping is getting so close to being sold out. So make sure you get the experience you want. Jump onto ndcountryfest.com and grab those VIP tickets, the VIP camping, the Frontier camping, and the GA tickets. And there's also many other selections you can do, but a lot of them are getting very tight. But once again, thank you all so much for the great support of Indie Country Fest at this time and all throughout the year, and it was great.
How about that merch store? You got the holiday stuff going?
That's coming soon.
Yeah. When do you think it's gonna be out?
We're gonna probably do that in mid November, actually.
Ooh, you're gonna do like a Black Friday?
Yeah, that's what it is, right? It'll be what we call a flash store, Jared.
Flash store. It's up and it's down.
It's up and it's down. I think we're only going to do about 7 to 10 days. It's going to be limited items that you can only buy on the flash store.
Buy that sexy jacket that Ralphie was wearing last week.
Maybe you could buy Ralphie's sexy nurse outfit after he wears it on
the
his
that? Are we going to sell that?
We should. We should auction it off for charity, actually.
I'll see how many.
How about that?
Think you may buy it?
The ideas are just flowing tonight.
They're just flowing tonight. We're just rolling.
But also, you know what? You know what is a great gift for the holidays? An ND Country Fest VIP ticket or any
just
VIP
tickets.
Yeah,
camping
any tickets. Camping tickets, ND Country Fest. Those are great. It's never too early because, man, we're almost in November.
Because if you're a big Brantley Gilbert fan, what's better than getting tickets to this show?
And what's better than giving a party to your favorite person, whoever that is that you're giving your gift to?
Right.
Well, not only Brantley Gilbert, you got Dustin.
I can't believe we're talking about Christmas. Well, I guess it's almost
November,
right?
You better get shopping, Jared.
I'm a last minute sort of dude.
But yeah, you're right, Jared. If you like Dustin Lynch, Brantley Gilbert, John Michael Montgomery, Little Texas, Leroy Parnell, and many, many, or if you just like having a great party and a good time,
You just like camping,
get
and
that
drinking?
gift. Get that gift. Yeah.
This is the place to be.
John Michael Montgomery, a lot of people are excited about him. John,
Hasn't this guy already played at Indie Country Fest?
nope, that would be Montgomery Gentry.
Montgomery Gentry. Can't they change their names?
That was
like,
a couple. No, you can't.
Why not?
country music,
They
buddy.
sound too familiar for me. They need to separate it out.
But yeah, John Michael Montgomery, there's a lot of folks excited about seeing him because he hasn't been through that area in a while.
Right.
Yeah, so he has many, many hits.
They're getting some heat.
Yeah.
The radio guys are really excited.
They were like, man, how did you land that? Obviously, we landed that a long time ago. But they're super excited about John Michael Montgomery. He hasn't been in that area for a long time. And that'll be a fun one, too, because I'm a big fan of John Michael Montgomery. In those, especially those 90s era of country music, John Michael Montgomery was huge in that time frame.
Okay.
A lot of number ones in there. And it'll be fun. That'll be a fun show. But
So
last thing.
We got a challenge that was out there.
So all of you that have been watching Jared and I on ND Country Fest Thirsty Thursday Facebook Lives, which is every Thursday from 1 to 2 Central, right around there.
Yeah, because we've been out and about trying to give you some a little more excitement than the pub table.
For 6 months straight.
Right.
Hey, it's me again.
We tried to come up with some stuff where we're going to be out and about, going to some local restaurants or cool things. So starting at 11 is a little bit harder when we're trying to plan this and get the food ordered and do all of that.
Well, especially when we're trying to get into people.
Oh, yeah.
And people are like, especially they're popular restaurants. So it's not like we just walk in. They're usually packed.
Yeah, the place we're going on Thursday just got a huge review in the Arizona Republic.
So make sure you jump over to our Facebook Live on Thursday.
It looks good. It looks good.
It'll be fun.
But Thursday morning, Hot Ones drops, right?
And Jared is an avid fan of Hot Ones.
Right. And which is funny because
Tell him what it is.
Okay, so the premise of Hot Ones is they have 10 hot sauces that go from, mediocre, I guess not mediocre, but like not so hot to super flaming hot. And then Sean Evans, the host, interviews you while you're eating the hot ones. And as they get progressively hotter, people start losing their minds. Some people hallucinate. If you haven't seen the show before, the Kevin Hart one is one of the best. The Kreischer one's really good. Some of the rappers.
Is that true, Jacob? Is that true?
Yeah.
That's good.
They're really good.
Okay.
So they're worth
Trace?
the watch.
You're putting your stamp on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just crying,
Damn
telling
it.
him not to touch the eyes. Yeah,
Ooh.
that was good. Aubrey Plaza, where she puts the milk in her nose, is really awesome, right?
But this Wednesday, Thursday.
Last Thursday, it's on Thursday mornings. It's like the first thing I watch after I get up. I just put it on. I'm watching it in the background as I'm getting ready for the day.
So the Jared always doing research, no matter what.
I was watching Matthew McConaughey.
What?
All right,
Really?
all right. And he's going through it.
That guy?
And he's talking about how he took his Airstream canoe out and about.
Which he calls it the canoe.
The
right?
canoe. And he traveled, he just sort of traveled a vagabond lifestyle. He was following a pitcher and bands. And he'd just go, hey, the band's playing over here. Let's drive over there. And we'll see it. Oh, this pitcher's pitching here. We're going to go to that place. He'd pick up directors at the airport and drive them from LA to Vegas or wherever his next stop was. They'd pitch him on the trip and then he'd just drop him off. So as he's saying this, the only state he didn't
Wait, they
visit-
went to all 49 states.
They went to all. he said, we went to 49 states. And I was like, oh, well, how do you miss a state, right?
Oh, you were just jonesing to see which one it was that he didn't go to. You're like, well, I better not be Wyoming.
He says North Dakota, and I step back in, and I'm like looking at the TV, and I'm like, I should call Luke and just tell him right now that this is something that we should challenge him to come out to North Dakota or come to North Dakota Country Fest and visit the show.
So what did we do on our Facebook Live?
We went live with it, and we invited Mr. Matthew McConaughey to come to ND Country Fest. And you guys have been all over it, right?
And this is getting real, people. We're going to do it now all the way until show. Our biggest thing is to get him to come to ND Country Fest to make enough noise to have him come in 2021. Bring his Airstream, the canoe. I'm actually going to invite him right now. Matthew McConaughey, I'm personally inviting you. We have a great VIP package for you and your Airstream to ND Country Fest 2021 in New Salem, North Dakota. We'll show you an ND good time. And you know what? It'll be great to see you there.
And he's a cool cat.
Yeah.
It was a great interview. I was,
it was cool.
the king of the rom-com.
So if you're listening right now and you're an ND Country Fest fan or just a fan of country music or Matthew McConaughey, jump on his Twitter, jump on his social media, and invite him to ndcountryfest.com because you're going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jared's going to be there.
Yep.
Light Jumper Boys are going to be there. Everybody's going to be there.
And hopefully Matthew McConaughey will be there.
Oh, he's coming. There's no doubt in my mind. We're gonna create enough noise.
We're going to create enough noise. I'll get some props for it. It'll be great.
How about that?
That's pretty good.
Let's hear a little bit more about Lee Gierszewski. Jared.
What sets me apart is I like to interact with my clients a little bit more, maybe just actually become more friends with them than just a client-business relationship. I'd probably have to say it'd be Who Hut just because I like the food and my daughter absolutely loves it. I chose real estate because I like to help people and it's fun, it's exciting, it can be stressful, but it's always good to just find a solution to a problem.
All right.
Now we're up to festival news
From around
the world.
All right. This one's local.
It is local. You found it. You heard it. You watched it.
Did last Sunday I was hanging out with my in-laws.
Oh, good for you,
doing
Jared.
a little Sunday dinner.
Very good for you.
That was nice of me, right?
Yeah.
And they're long-time season ticket holders for the Arizona Cardinals.
They had long time, as in what, 2 years?
16
16
years of pain, right?
No. Kurt Warner time, money.
So 14 years of pain and 2 years of Kurt Warner. So I'm not a Cardinal fan.
16 years of doing anything, long time.
That's a long time in my eyes, right? So the Cardinals
Excuse me?
went one way, another way.
Tickets.
The
People were
Cardinals
coming.
got flexed.
Got flexed?
They got flexed last to the Sunday night game because they weren't sure if the Raider game was going to go off, right?
Right.
And so they had 1,200 fans in the stands. And so I was curious.
So they were allowing 1,200.
They were allowing 1,200 fans in the stands.
So just so all you listeners there and YouTube watchers, what we're talking about on Festival News is that we're trying to find gatherings where they're bringing people back into stadiums, back into venues and shows, whether that's athletic or even music. So 1,200 they were allowing.
1,200. Back in September, they allowed 750 people in, but they were mostly friends and family of the players or staff or that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. So they've gone up like 500.
Yeah.
But then I start thinking about it, right? Who set the 1,200? So that was the Arizona State Health Department. One of the cool things they were doing, I don't guess it's cool, is they zip tied the seats so that you couldn't just show up and move down. You were stuck in what your seat was.
So that's how they socially distance. Where the college teams, where they have about 20,000 people in, they put those little chairs that snap on to the bleachers.
And then some of those stadiums, the college police have had to come down.
There's 40,000.
All right, student section, we're going to roll you out of here because you are not socially distant. You're not wearing masks.
But they didn't. So did they get the call to go? The in-laws. They obviously did, right? There's
so
16
what happened
years.
is they set the call and they said, we're going to call you between, let's say 9 and 12, right? Or we're going to start calling people at 9 and you're going to have a slot. So we're going to call you from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, 11 to 12.
For what? Right? To see if you could,
if you wanted to buy one of those tickets. So
just one?
Or get your tickets during that time. So they were in the 12 o'clock slot, and before the 9 o'clock slot was over, all 1,200 seats were sold.
Right.
So now what worries me for you, Mr. Fiesta Bowl ticket holder,
Fiesta Bowl
is that
that's the last episode.
If the Arizona Department of Health is shutting it down at 1,200, is what's going to happen there?
Well, what I will tell you, Mr. Jared, is that things change rapidly in today's world, especially the world of today. So, like, what is that? 3 months from now, November to two and a half is like 2 years in today's world.
We're in like dog year time right now.
I'll worry about that about maybe a week before.
Well, and I don't know if we talked about this last week and when we were talking about the Fiesta Bowl.
What was that?
But I'm like, well, do you feel secure in putting the money down for those tickets? And you were like, shoot, I put that money down in July.
I did. And I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about it.
I don't think we did. But
I was all for it anyway because I know. So first of all, the Fiesta Bowl is a great charity event too.
Right.
And I know and what's going on and what's happening is that they still need the support and they still need the revenue coming in, whether it was going to go or not and whether it was going to happen or not. So I already bought those in July.
You bought those mid-lockdown and you were like, screw it. I'm putting the money down. I feel secure in what I'm doing. And it's a good product and there's charities. And
right. And if it was going to happen where I was going to be able to go, awesome. I'm going to go. If not, that's fine. I know they can use the revenue and they're just roll it over to the next year anyway. That's great. They got some funds to use from now until whenever they keep rolling again. And there they go.
And you keep doing it.
I'm all in. But that's part of supporting a local cause, just like supporting local restaurants. That's the same feeling I had when that July came by through, and then the ticket broker from the Fiesta Bowl called me and he said, hey, this is what's going on. I'm like,
that's got to be a hard gig, right?
I'm sure I was the easiest phone call of the day.
He's like, that's probably why you ended up getting in there.
Oh, you know what? I never thought about that.
You weren't a jerk to him.
I'm not 16 years. I was 6 years, but
still.
Shoot. Yeah. So I said, yeah, let's do it. I'm in. Here's the card. Run it.
Side note, if they can have 1,200 ASU Cardinal games, why can't they have 1,200 at ASU games?
I don't know, Jared.
I'm being bitter again.
You're reflecting off of
late popping news.
What is it?
Sadly, the Dodgers have won a World Series.
Oh,
I'm very, very disappointed.
Well, somebody's got to win, Jared.
The team I'd hate, the only team I didn't want to win a World Series more than the Dodgers. The Cubs.
Oh, well, there it goes.
This is a sad time. It's not a real World Series, right?
Let's get into what it's not a real world.
It's a COVID World Series. We'll just give it an asterisk and move on.
Hey, if nobody saw it live, did it really happen?
Nobody. If it was in a bubble, like.
It was on TV. Wait, we're about to make some history.
Are we?
Maybe.
We're going to go to a live show tomorrow night.
Flying E Ranch. Angie, the owner there, hooked us up. We're going to be there for Tracy Bird on Wednesday night.
You keep telling me this guy's a big thing. So
he's a huge thing in country music. He's another 90s great artist.
So last week, Tuesday, before we shot this, I was in the pool, had a cigar before we shot this, right?
Not this one.
Not this one. So today, not in the pool, sweatered up. It's very chilly right now.
Now I know where this is going.
Yes. And the weather here in Phoenix has changed dramatically. So I'm probably, and this is an outdoor show, right?
It's an outdoor show. So I just checked the weather in Wickenburg, Arizona at the Flying E Ranch.
Hopefully they have heaters because I'm going to be dressed up like the Christmas Story kid. Like I will be full on wrapped up, hoodie, scarf, jacket, hat, mask, even if I don't need it.
Ski mask.
Oh,
there you go.
I wonder if I don't think I have a ski mask.
It's supposed to be like 57 degrees.
That's like,
oh, it's going to be chilly.
That's like 20 degrees in Arizona heat, right?
A desert cold is a dry, bone chilling cold.
The worst part about the last night or two is it's been the wind, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It's cutting through.
I'm imagining they're going to have some fires going, some fires and some heaters going. That'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be a great time. I can't wait. Really, what I'm anticipating to go and see live music for one thing. It's been forever.
Yeah,
Tracy Bird.
We're taking a trip out there too, so that'll be a little bit of fun.
Yeah, it's about a 40-minute drive.
Half an hour, 40-minute drive.
Nothing crazy. I'm excited to see Tracy Bird because that's one that We've been looking at to bring to ND Country Fest, so that'll be great, and see how he's doing these days in the country live music world.
We can be there. We'll probably go live. Ooh, we forgot to.
Of course, we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live on the Fest podcast. We're gonna go live on ND Country Fest. Maybe Jared's own personal.
Oh hell no!
Facebook live. We're gonna be live
live
over.
Everywhere.
So it'll be fun, and we are heading out there. That would be to us tonight. Would be on Wednesday night. We're heading. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
We're gonna report right from it. And thank you, Angie, once again. Thank you for flying E-Ranch for bringing us out.
That's gonna be great. I want to see that place. I'm excited because they're doing a little Thanksgiving dinner there. And
not Wednesday.
Not Wednesday, but they're doing a
during
thing.
November.
I want to scope this out because I might be taking the fam up there.
That's a good idea.
Or at least for Easter, there was a place out in Wyoming, out of Cody, called the Flying Skytel Ranch.
Huh.
When I was a little kid, we did every Easter out there. And I'd kind of like to surprise my mom with like a sort of familiar memory, driving out to the sticks, going and having dinner, or whatever they have.
I think you should do that.
I think it'll be fun
because it'd be good for everybody.
It will be. Get my mom out of the house.
Get your mom out there, bring a little Wyoming history back, but it's in Arizona, and it'll be great. I think that'll be fun.
So the good news for me is my boy Paul Coffin actually did a surprise show over the weekend. And Dallas, and they had 100 people in there. But if I was in Dallas, I would have been one of those 100 people.
The same thing with the Cardinals thing selling out so quick. Same thing with Paul Coffin's 100 tickets going what did it go in, 30 minutes?
Yeah, it was quick. And then he's got another show coming up later this month in Nashville. So I think he's going to be going out and hitting some of these smaller venues.
Well, I know Tracy Bird is sold out too.
Right.
So it just goes to show you how badly people want to go see something and go do something and get out.
We should get Paul Coffin to talk to Angie at the Flying E-Ranch, and then boom, we can go do that show, and I'll be happy.
That'll be good.
Right? We'll just be putting people together because that's what we do.
I'm looking forward to all of it. This was a great festival news around the world, and we will report on that next time.
ND Country Fest 2021 is coming back stronger and better than ever with Brantley Gilbert, Dustin Lynch, Little Texas, featuring Diamond Rio, Leroy Parnell, John Michael Montgomery, with more coming soon. Plan now to attend Dakota's largest and nation's fastest growing country music and camping festival, ndcountryfest.com.
Sponsored by Coors Light, Action Motorsports, New Vision Security, Trans Trash, Smithworks, and American Family Insurance, DJ Coulter Agency.
We are buying into our headliner right now, brought to you by Bruno's Pizza, $15.99. Any large is the special. Order yours today at brunosnd.com. Our headliner today, Jared, is one of our great sponsors.
The very first
sponsor, the man who jumped on the train, which we greatly appreciate him, Lee Gierszewski. I know, I apologize. I've been saying the last name wrong the whole time. Scold me, Lee, if you want to. Tell us how you actually say your last name.
It's Gierszewski. I should have a contest for calling people to try and say my name correctly.
Gierszewski. Lee, you're with Alliance Real Estate. You've been a realtor for a long time. Tell us first, we want to get into a little bit of background. Where are you from, Lee? What have you done in the past? And kind of go from there. Take us on the Lee journey.
All right. Well, I wasn't born here, but my parents moved here when I was 3, and I've pretty much been here my entire life. And before my real estate career, I guess I was in the IT field for 18 years or so, and then I just kind of I don't know, we call it midlife crisis or whatever, decided to become a real estate agent, and that's basically where I'm at now.
And you're saying you're from Bismarck, right? You're from Bismarck, North Dakota, sitting in Bismarck, North Dakota, and you lived there your whole life.
Yep,
most of it.
What high school did you go to?
I went to BHS, and then I went to BSC for a little while, then I quit BSC for a little while, then I went to BSC for a little while. Then I got
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Got my degree, and then I started my real job, and then I decided to get my bachelor's degree out of Mary.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, I've always been here. I love it here.
Nice.
So what's BSC?
Bismarck State College, junior college.
All right.
Yes,
so
very much so.
Not understanding all the.
If we were in Wyoming, maybe you would know. YTT Tech.
Well, no,
That's
Biotech. We hated those kids when I was growing up in Laramie. No way.
Well, I'm a St. Mary's grad, Lee. So,
okay.
So I'm definitely on that St. Mary's train. Real estate. Why did you end up going into real estate? What was the big kicker there?
Well, I was actually working out at a power plant for a couple of years, and I had to drive 40 miles up to work, 40 miles back to work, and I just got sick of listening to the radio. So I started listening to podcasts, and I just happened upon a real estate podcast and just got into it.
Oh.
So then I ended up buying some rental properties. And then when I was buying rental properties, I was thinking, why am I buying through an agent when I could just be an agent? So I decided to become an agent.
Makes sense.
And figured I would just buy rental properties as an agent. But since that time, 3 years ago, I think I've only bought one actual rental property on the MLS. Since I've been a realtor, everything else has just been kind of a word of mouth and stuff.
What podcast were you listening to? Do you remember?
Bigger Pockets podcast.
The what?
Bigger Pockets.
Bigger Pockets.
Nice. Well,
That's a good one.
I'll have to go listen to that one. We're trying to, broaden our podcast horizons and listen to more stuff.
Yeah, they've got about 415 episodes right now.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
We'll just start at the beginning.
We're at number 12.
We're at 12. We made it past number 7, which is where we generally people give up. So
Yep.
we're all happy about that.
That's right. So rentals, you enjoy the rental market. You do everything, right? You actually list, I would imagine. You sell homes.
Yeah, I sell, I list. But it started out as buying rental properties just as side income, basically, or, kind of to get away from the W-2 income.
And you're on the verge. So we're watching your Facebook page,
Right.
which is your real estate page, and you're on the verge of hitting, what was it, 50
Units?
rental units?
Yeah, I've got, I think it's 13 properties, but I count them as doors, so I'm up to 49 doors.
Nice.
Dang, that's a lot. I mean, that sounds like a lot. Is that a lot in that?
I think so. I mean, I have a partner, so I mean, technically it's 50-50. So, but at least with a partner, you've got a little bit more of a leeway to help each other out. And like this month, we just bought a 12-plex.
Jeez.
So are you the landlord or do you have a property manager come in and do it?
My partner is also a property manager, so we kind of share the load.
Yeah, that's got to be a big load with all those units.
That helps a ton. Is the goal eventually 100 units, 100 doors, excuse me? Because I've heard that somewhere where 100 doors that's where you're just knocking it out.
I mean, I've never really set a number. It's just keep growing. I mean, the more we get, the better it'll be, I think, until we get that some kind of threshold where we just can't handle it anymore. But so far, so good.
So the market before we talk, everybody we have on here, we talk about like what were they doing before COVID and then during and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of the things the socioeconomic aspect of the whole thing. Luke and I have sat together and talked about it, but we like to hear how it's affected other people or where you were at, January, February, and then.
Well, January for you, Jared, because you're tracking China.
Yeah, so let's say March. I was watching YouTube videos from China in January thinking it was the end of the world.
You were buying masks, and I'm like, you're crazy, man. Get out of here.
Nobody will leave the house.
You're like, I'll buy you one. The joke's on me.
When Luke was up in, North Dakota for your town tour, I'm like, hey, look for masks because I can't find them here. And he's like, pfft.
I literally did look for masks for you, but they weren't there.
They weren't anywhere
because they weren't there.
What do you think? What was the market like before the quarantine or the lockdown or COVID hit?
I guess I would think it was somewhat steady. I mean, it wasn't everything getting knocked out of the park and sold right away or anything like that. You actually could look around at some properties, maybe make offers that were a little bit off asking price. So, I mean, there was still stuff moving, but it wasn't moving as fast. And like right when the COVID hit, I mean, to me, it seemed like everything pretty much just stopped for maybe a month or so. Just nothing going on.
So did it go like completely dark? Like it went completely dark. So like in that March, it just went, and then nobody wanted to see a house or anything like that. Or
to me, it kind of shriveled up because nobody knew what was going on really. But then everybody started realizing that they were dropping. The interest rates dropped like
I think you can get into a 30-year loan right now for 2.75%. You know, I mean, that's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, that
is nuts.
insane.
Or people could refinance. So then everybody started refinancing too and realizing, well, hey, maybe I can get into more house. And then like ever since maybe June, July, it's just been insane. Everybody's, I don't know, they got stuck in their house and they decided that, geez, I hate this house. I need a bigger one, you know?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, you find a lot of people that I've talked to, they're like, oh, I'm building a deck. Oh, I'm repainting 7 rooms.
I'm buying a new house.
I'm buying a new house.
We hated our house and we got to be locked in and we don't want to be here.
Do you think that really was the psyche of people that are locked in their house and like, man, I hate my house, or I want a bigger one, or I need to do home improvements, or what do you think?
I honestly think so. I mean, and then with the lower interest rates, they could buy much more house, you know, just because they can afford more. So it's like, well, why not do it now? Because interest rates are probably never, ever going to be this low again, you know?
So Lee, what was it like, I guess, showing a house or going to look at a house during COVID? How did you get through, or how are you getting through that?
I mean, it was a little bit different. It's just basically you try and make sure to touch as little as possible. I mean, some people would, you know, the COVID crazies would kind of be like, well, we'll leave the door open for you. We'll leave all the lights on. Don't touch anything.
Right.
Leave everything as is. Wear a mask, you know, just, but I mean, you just kind of do what you need to do to get your buyer through a house.
Yeah,
but if they had to wear a mask, if they had to wear 2 masks, we just did it, you know?
Whatever it takes to get the sale done, I suppose.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you still feel that's still the same type of process you use today than you did, you know, maybe 2-3 months ago? Has that been different, or what?
I think it's eased up a little bit. I mean, there's still a few houses that want you to just mask up and everything, but it seems to have kind of gone away a little bit now that everybody's used to COVID, I guess.
I guess people are adapting.
Yeah.
Like it's gotten to the point where, you know, this is the process I've got to go through. I've got to wear a mask when I go to the store. I got to do this. I got to do that. And then, you know, but I'd be really freaked out about showing my house in the middle of, in this and having people wander through.
Like right now you would be?
Not right now. Maybe at the
back
beginning.
then?
Yeah. Like I'd be like,
The unknown.
Yeah. The unknown. Now I'm like, although I don't think my wife would. Like she'd
Have at it. I want to go get a bigger house. Buy it from Lee.
She'd be like, nope, I don't want anybody coming in our house. So.
Lee, what's the average in that market right now? Average days on the market? Has it shrunk quite a bit? What are you seeing?
It's gone down. I mean, I'm not sure what the actual average is. I can look it up, but of course I never prepared for this. So, you know.
What?
Hey, that's all right.
But yeah, I mean, it seems like any house that's between, I'd say 200 and 250, it doesn't seem like, if it's priced right, it doesn't last more than a week on the market.
Yeah, they're gone.
And then some days, like I had a client look at one house, it came on the market, they spotted it come on the market within 2 hours, and I was the third realtor to show the place.
Whoa.
It's that way here right now too. So
yeah, it's probably that way around the whole country.
Yeah, that's what I was interested in because you know, I was just wondering if Phoenix is like a anomaly that, you know, something goes on the market. In my neighborhood, we've had 3 houses up, sold, done, and then
Phoenix is insane right now. I just heard something on the Fox News. You know, got to get indoctrinated. They said that the appreciation for the year in Phoenix is about 10%.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I was looking at Zillow. Oh no, but you know, some of our property's gone up an amazing amount this year. So.
And you are right. Even in my neighborhood, house went up on the market, one day gone.
Yeah. So,
like it's wild.
If you want to unload, now's the time to unload.
Yeah.
So
Lee, what would you say?
I got a girlfriend down in Arizona that's buying rental properties up here because she can't find anything down there that'll cash flow.
Yeah, it's the realtors I know are like just begging to get somebody to give them a property to sell.
Oh, because it'll be gone in not even 24 hours.
Yep.
Listed, gone. Inventory low, demand high. People want to get out of their homes.
Yep.
It's awesome. Lee, what would you say separates you from other realtors in the area and in the market?
I don't know. I guess I'm more personable than others, I think. I get along well with people, and I know a lot of people around town, so it's just, I guess it makes it easier for me to acclimate with other people.
Yeah. So Lee, the boys from Light Jumper would probably kill me if I didn't ask you about Who Hut and why do you like it so much?
Yeah, we hear your commercial
every time it plays. We all want to know about Who Hut because we don't have one down here. So Luke tries to explain it.
I try to explain it.
It's basically a buffet where you put whatever kind of meats and vegetables you want all together and throw it on what is it, stir fry pan or something like that? I don't know.
Oh, it's Mongolian barbecue.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I can't remember what the one in Vegas is, but I mean, my daughter loves it. It's her favorite food. So it's like, can we go to Who Hot? And I'm like, sure.
It's kind of a Benihana, right?
You
Is
think
it
it's
Benihana
Benihana?
fast
There we
food?
go.
Benihana
There we go.
fast food.
All right.
Yeah, it's cool, man. Like you get all your stuff, you hand it to him. The guy's there with his hat, and he takes it and he goes, shoo, 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 shoo.
Okay, see that
Yeah, if
again?
it doesn't taste good, it's your own damn fault.
You made it, right? You're running through it.
He just heated it up.
Trying to get as much as you can in that bowl.
Yep. With 10 tons of sauce and,
So,
Then dig in.
Lee, when we were trying to figure out how to spell how to say your name, Luke interrupted you during a softball match or softball game? Is it
Game.
softball
That would be a game, Jared.
It's not tennis.
Not a wrestling match.
First, how do you say your name again so we can get that in our heads? And then, are you a big softball guy? Are you a big softball guy?
Yeah, I've played softball for probably the last 20 some years.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, really? So you've been playing McQuaid's tournament. Do you play in McQuaid's every single year? Obviously not this year.
Yeah, unless I'm injured, because the older you get, the easier that hamstring pulls.
Do you pull a lot of hammies? Are you the guy that usually is running to first and all of a sudden grabbing the back right of your right thigh?
Oh,
and
yeah.
like, man, hammy.
My hamstring's been pulled so many times. I don't even know how to, I can't even count it. And then like this pinky will never bend again. This one's got a screw in it. It's all from softball.
Okay, two questions.
That's
One,
awesome.
what's McQuaid's? For
Oh, good question.
Arizona kid, doesn't know what the heck you're talking about.
I'll let Lee explain that.
Lee, what's McQuaid's?
It's the world's largest slow pitch softball tournament.
Okay, so if I was into softball, I'd know McQuaid's.
You would know. Everybody knows.
All right, now tell us
Yeah.
about the pin and the pinky.
Yeah. What happened there and here?
I got hit with a softball, broke it, put a pin in there, and when the doctor put the pin in, he misaligned the joint, so the joint deteriorated, so they had to put a screw in there, so now it just never bends. Broke this thumb bone, I don't know, at a tournament, diving for a ball, had to put a screw in that one, screw's still in there. Oh, what else? I don't know, just all kinds of softball injuries,
What do you most enjoy or love about softball?
Hitting the ball.
So you're not a protect the cooler guy. You're a guy that's going out there trying to hit yard every time.
Yep, pretty much.
Nice. That's cool. What kind of bat have you been using or been practicing up on? What do you got there?
I've been using a Monster DNA, but those are, I bought it maybe 4 McQuaid's ago, and mine broke, so I've just been using someone else's now. Because I'd actually thought about retiring for softball.
Oh, yeah?
For about a minute.
Because I had to have my knee scoped, so whatever.
Oh, man.
He's got more injuries than you, and you play college football, man. That's crazy.
That's dedication, man.
Although I'm starting to think that softball is a little more dangerous than I've been led to believe. Because the first time my wife played softball, they put her on first base maybe, saying that she'd be okay there. And she came home with a great big huge shiner, got hit by the ball right in the eye. I couldn't walk around with her because people would think I was not a good spouse. So, and
Next
you're
time she'll listen type thing.
right, and you're just full of injuries. So,
The reality is, though, with the bats, and even though they're former athletes and maybe older in age,
right,
that ball is flying off
Swinging.
of some of those bats. I mean, it's coming. Some of those are just humming. Right, Lee? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I mean, that bat technology's advanced so much in the last 10, 15 years.
can whip it around and
Yeah.
smack somebody upside
If you're
the head.
not paying attention, somebody hits one on a rope. I mean,
Yeah, Jared.
you better be ready.
Jared, when he was playing Little League Baseball, was out in left field picking daffodils and daisies. 'cause
Little
he was
Jared got
Oh, yeah,
smoked.
I got smoked a couple times. It was bad because my old man was the coach, and he'd just look at me like, what's going on with this kid?
Lee, one last question for you.
Yeah, this is Luke's favorite thing to ask our guests.
It is. If you could do anything in the world right now, non-real estate related, what would you be doing, my friend?
I'd probably be golfing somewhere down in Arizona.
I'll tell you what, now's the time. I'm all sweatered up right now, and I'm cold and chilly. And I think my Wyoming people would not like me because it's what, 65 out?
It's 65 and
65,
sunny.
70. And I'm
65
like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. It's snow. I'm waiting for the snow to show up. We're going out tomorrow night to see a show, an outdoor show, and I'm already planning to be the kid from the Christmas Story that's all like gloves, hats, and all that. So you people from up north would come down and be like, "Oh, this is just great weather."
Oh, it's amazing.
But this is when the golf prices go through the roof.
Right,
You're playing
everybody's
$200
coming down.
around.
Golf would be good. I like it.
It's super expensive down there now.
Right.
We could get you in, Lee. Come on down. We can get you in a couple courses. Get you that special rate.
Come down in July, and you can get it for like $15, $20 if you're willing to die.
Lee, thank you so much for the support of the Fest podcast. We appreciate you. Thanks for being a sponsor. We talk about you every week.
Yeah.
Find your keys with Lee. Thanks for joining us, my friend, and we enjoyed talking to you.
All right, yeah. Have a good day.
All right, see you, Lee.
Brothers and sisters, I hear you asking yourself day after day, what am I gonna have for lunch? Do I want another burger? No. Do I need another taco? No. Brothers and sisters, may I introduce you to Bruno's Pizza. Pizza is the bread of endless possibilities. What can go on a pizza can go in a calzone wrap. Look beyond a pepperoni and 32 pizzas in a snack. If you like heat, try the Lava Hawaiian. Marauder Pizza is also kicking. You need Bruno's Pizza in your life. Let the humble Bruno's Pizza lift you up from your hunger and deliver you into the realm of satisfaction. East Front Avenue online at brunosmt.com. Can I get a napkin?
All right, we're shining into Ralphie's top 3. This is where we give Ralphie a topic for. I'll give it to the top 3 items to choose from, and then he tells us what they are, and we go from there. Ralphie, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks a lot, fellas. It's a good time. Good time by all.
Good time by all. You ready for this top 3? You usually are, and you seem very enthused today.
Just excited.
It must be because that guitar in the back's like all shined up.
Yeah, I made it look all spiffy back there.
It looks cool, man.
You know,
looks cool.
Try out my game. Kind of keep up with you guys.
We added pumpkins.
And
look who that is
in the back.
What's that?
Oh, the back here.
No. Me, right here.
You might need to pull it out.
Sneaky.
Do we get to keep the pumpkins for Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we'll have to rearrange them.
Rearrange them? Do we get one of those cornucopia things and have them tumbling out of them? All right. So what's your top 3?
For those of you who are listening, this is going to be very accurate. For those of you jumping to our YouTube channel next week,
to the show.
It's going to be about a week late to the show. But hey, thanks for watching on our YouTube. Thanks for subscribing. And thanks for...
Had I known, we could have dressed up in costumes.
Oh, no, Jared.
Like we totally kiboshed that last week.
Your top 3 Halloween costumes. Don't make it all saucy. Saucy?
Saucy seems politically
saucy.
Correct. What he means is he doesn't want to see you in a saucy nurse costume. Or a saucy... you might be a saucy librarian costume.
Hey.
I could see that.
That's next week.
Big old bear. Saucy pilgrim.
Questionable at best, fellas.
If it is, I'm going to die. All right, number 3.
Okay. I'm going to go with one of my favorites is a singer in a rock and roll band.
All right.
Is that what the costume is?
That's your number 3 favorite costume?
Just a singer in a rock and roll band.
Dressed up. Yep, and my band's name is Stakes at Midnight.
Stakes at Midnight. Okay.
Luke has a little history as being Tommy Lee. So
I do, actually.
You know what? We were watching last night.
See?
You know why? Because I'm just a singer in a rock and roll band.
Do you guys watch the Goldbergs? No. So a TV show, they had Tommy Lee on as a college dean.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
that was awesome. He's got his old gauge. And there's like, who's that? I'm like, that's Tommy Lee. You don't know who Tommy Lee is?
Who that is.
All right, number 2.
2.
I'm going with Star Wars cos. Like any character from Star Wars.
Any character.
Like,
are you Han or are you Luke?
I'm Luke.
This is a Jared special right here.
All right, I'm good.
Did you pick this just because Jared loves Star Wars? Anything Star Wars?
I'm an old school Star Wars.
He seems like a Star Wars. He seems like a Trekkie.
Trekkie?
No.
No.
Star Trek Discovery. That is the worst show on TV.
No. Star Wars, yes.
Star Wars, yeah, totally. Although, have you watched
Wars,
Star
yeah.
Trek Lower
I like
Decks?
Star Wars.
It's pretty good.
Star Wars Lower Decks.
Star Trek Lower Decks.
Oh, Star Trek Lower Decks. No. Who would you be? Okay, you're a Star Wars guy. Yoda.
I'd be Han.
You'd be Han.
That's what I thought of myself as a kid. It probably wasn't right, but I was probably more Luke than Han.
Oh.
But I do have that rebellious side.
Ooh.
Don't ask me.
You don't. You're Greedo. No. The Mandalorian.
I'm Luke,
He's a
man.
stormtrooper.
I'm a Star-
Stormtrooper.
Yeah.
Oh.
Pew, pew, pew.
Online.
I'm going to get you.
Hey, speaking of that, are you ready for the Mandalorian this weekend?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait. Baby Yoda.
Ralphie knows.
Ralphie knows.
My kids love Baby Yoda.
You know what was crazy is I was talking with Luke and I'm like, oh, the Mandalorian comes out in 2 weeks. We can talk about that. He's like, what's that? What's the Mandalorian? And I'm like,
At least I'm keeping it real, Jared. I'm
he
not
knew
lying
Boba
to you.
Fett. That was about it.
I'm not lying to you.
No, but it was
I had
crazy.
no clue. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You had to be the only person that hadn't heard of Baby Yoda.
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt it.
Highly?
Yes.
We should take a poll. All right, number
Let's
3.
wait for the music.
Yes, I gotta move.
Wait for it.
Wait for it.
Ooh, number 1, Ralphie's top Halloween costume.
Garth from Wayne's World.
When did you dress up like Garth from Wayne's World? How long ago was
It
this?
was early 2000s.
Yeah. Did you have a pal that dressed up as Wayne?
Wayne, yeah.
Do you have a
We went
photo?
out.
Do you have a photo of this that we could put on the screen for next week?
I'm pretty sure I could dig it up.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Dig that up.
That'll be a good one for our YouTube.
Right.
Our YouTubers out there that are watching us. That's a good one.
We're going to throw it out there. That's a reason to subscribe and leave a comment. Tell us how awesome the costume was.
Did you say
Speaking of comments,
what?
if you guys want to leave a comment of your favorite costume in the comment section, go for it.
Ooh, I like it. Subscribe it, hit it,
Saucy
comment.
nurse.
Ralphie as the saucy nurse.
Sexy nurse. Sexy
Oh,
witch.
sexy's a better one.
Hey, maybe for the tour we should theme each night.
We should.
Brandon's going to dress up like a sexy nurse.
Hey.
If we hit 100 subscribers next week, sexy nurse costume.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
First night of the tour in Mandan. You know, a venue yet to be determined because we are, working with a few. It's fun.
Dude, I'd just laugh my butt off
Whoa,
if we got
Jared goes
100 subscribers
on the
next
border.
week.
100 subscribers. Ralphie's going to dress up as a nurse.
I think it has to be within a week, right?
Within a week?
Yeah.
With it, yes.
What do you want to do,
We
Ralph?
got to go from like 66 to 100. So what is that, 34?
Yeah.
Look at you,
I
man.
challenge everyone out there, subscribe.
Okay, so is this for real or are we just
Are
joking
you for real or
around?
did we just bully you into it? Peer pressure. Drink, 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 drink.
Bully.
So if we get 100, we're going to
you
get
guys want.
100 subscribers between now, which is, what are we going to say?
October 27th
How about this? October 27th
to next Tuesday.
to next Tuesday, which is what, November 2nd?
No, I'll do it from
What?
this Friday when it drops.
Okay, it's dropping Friday.
On the
YouTube
30th.
dropping.
So October 30th to, well, it'd be November 6th.
All right.
Through November 6th, all the way through. So all the way.
How many friends can we get to?
100 people total subscribe, not added on. But once we only need 34 to hit 100, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I mean, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 34. What's
Doesn't matter. When we get 100 subscribers
today.
Ralphie's going to come on to Ralphie's Top 3 dressed as a nurse. Is that right? Is that fair?
Is it a sexy nurse or like
Oh, okay. Okay. A provocative nurse that
I need to start doing little crunchies, maybe
don't, man.
some burpees.
burpees? Nice.
You get the scope, get, the little hat going. Okay, let's do it. Call everybody you know.
I'm going to. I'm going to start hitting it.
Everybody who's listening, jump over to the YouTube.
I'm just going to start grabbing random phones and being, hey, can I subscribe?
Hit subscribe.
31, 32, 33.
Jared, I'm trying to tell him so we get the nurse on.
Nurse.
Jump over to our YouTube. Hit that. We want to get to 100 subscribers. So go subscribe right now because next time we do Ralphie's Top 3, he will be in a nurse's outfit.
Oh, boy.
I actually think we'll have more people subscribing not to see that than to see it.
So we'll just get to 99.
So if we get to
99,
if we get to 120,
99.
nobody has to see you as a nurse. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to do that? So if we go to 120, he doesn't have to dress up as a nurse. We get to 100, he is. That doesn't make any sense.
I like it.
He likes
I
it.
like a little bit because then I can add a little bit to it.
Right?
That's true. That's true. Let's just get to 100 and figure it out from there.
Right. We'll
We
figure
got
it out
1
from there.
week. All right, Ralphie, thanks for joining us. That was a great segment.
Good job, Ralphie.
Thanks for jumping on. We love it.
See you next week.
Love
Or
you.
see you
Bye.
for the
Bye.
live.
Go get your nurse's outfit. Go get your nurse's outfit ready. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Stop it, Jared. All right, we're dropping into stage left, and I just looked up, Jared, and we've had Lee Gierszewski on the board the whole time. That's my job to move it, so now I'm going to move it.
That's just payback for screwing up his name for 11 episodes, right? You know
he was
what
a good sport. He was a good sport.
The side note about that is?
What?
Is when we first started this, I'm like, hey, how do you say this guy's name? And you're like, I'll call him and find out.
And
You
I did.
called him.
I did.
You
I did.
interrupted him mid-softball game, which after this
He was
interview,
warming up.
we know how important softball is. Like,
Very important.
well, apparently, he's got
Pins,
and,
needles,
like
broken bones.
broken bones, scratches. Like I didn't know softball was that hardcore.
Lee's a gamer, we found out, and that's awesome.
But he was a good guy about his last name. So
Yeah,
we,
thanks, Lee.
We left him up there. Jeez.
You all right, Jared?
That's that flu shot.
Oh. Oh.
All right. So
Stage left.
you went up to the Schaefer, what are we calling that? The estate? The
Escape?
Is it this Schaefer Escape? It's got to be, what do you call
It's
it?
the woods. Go in the sticks, man.
The Schaefer Woods?
Yeah.
How was that?
It was
cold?
great. It was cold. So just, I don't know if you're listening or watching, we're only about maybe 60 miles south of the Grand Canyon rim.
Okay.
But we're up in the sticks. We're at about 7,000 elevation.
Ooh, so it was really cold.
Oh, it was cold. It was great, though. During the day, it was like the high of 70. And then some
still
people
cold.
are like, what are you talking
That's
about?
cold.
That's awesome.
That's cold.
But at night, then it dropped to like low 40s, which is perfect sleeping weather.
That's hoodie and long underwear weather and jackets.
Long underwear for the Wyoming fella.
Yes. I have no Wyoming blood left. It's all been roasted out over the numerous summers I've been here.
But we love to camp. We love to get out there. The kids love it. We're outside the whole time, obviously. But the memorable moment for this this weekend.
No coyotes?
No, we saw a few.
Did you?
Yeah, they look pretty healthy too.
Did they?
That means they're eating
having
good.
a good time.
They're eating good.
How are the dogs? Did
Good.
Did
Max
they run off
is-
the coyotes.
Yeah, he yelled at him. He barked at him pretty
barked at
good,
him?
but they were in a distance.
So what's
they
more
was fine.
memorable than that?
What's more? So my youngest, which is 7, and it's Quinn, and it's a girl,
Right.
and we have motorcycles.
Ooh.
And, she's just been riding a little bit, going maybe 4 or 5 miles an hour.
Wait. Kimmy lets the kids out on motorcycles?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I don't think my mom would have, but
Oh,
that's
yeah.
probably would have been smart.
Why?
I probably wouldn't be here now. It's on a motorcycle at 7.
I think I think those type of situations you learn a lot of things from. Like if it breaks down, what are you going to do? Or how do you restart it? Or even if you fall, I mean, they're not going super fast. They have helmets on and all that stuff. If you fall down, you got to get back up, start it, and then get back to camp or keep riding with everybody else.
I have 3 personal things.
3.
No motorcycles, because I just know I would do bad things. I'd just
You
speed.
don't know until you try.
No guns, because I'm just not smart enough to own a gun. I'd shoot myself in the foot. And maybe no power tools, because I'd probably saw a finger off.
Nope. So nothing like extreme.
Nothing extreme.
You're
'cause
just like
I just don't trust myself.
in
to
bubble.
be-
You're in a bubble.
I'm in a bubble.
You're already in a
I'm
bubble.
in a bubble. And your 7-year-old kid is not. So what did she do?
No, she's not. So what was cool is all of a sudden we were riding. She looks over at me and she's like, all of a sudden, and And she buried it. She
No.
buried the hammer on that 50cc motorcycle. It's just flying. It only goes about 21 miles an hour, but she was flying. She's like, and just having the time of her life. Nothing happened. I mean, she was just rolling through it, and you could just see through her helmet and everything. She was just smiling, and she was like, "Oh, I got this forever now." And it was kind of cool because all of a sudden you see in your kids, like all of a sudden they get something like, "Okay, I got this. I'm under
control.
And
now
I can maneuver it." And all of a sudden, woo! And she just had the time of her life, and it was really cool to see.
I think the worst. Well, the boldest I may have been is my dad had a Kawasaki, and he would take us on the back and rip around
street
town.
bike.
Yeah,
these are dirt. We're rolling dirt bikes.
It was a dirt bike, I think. And my mom had one of those yellow Honda scooters with the two little
side carts.
Yeah, like to carry groceries in or something.
Really?
And so my buddy Dean Brown and I,
when we were shout out to Dean Brown if you're out there.
I'll have to find him on Facebook and be like, "Hey, buddy, we were talking about that. Remember this?" We probably, God, I want to say 14 or 15 maybe, decided we were going to start rolling around in that thing, and we'd roll out to Red Lake in Cody. So if you were from Cody, you know.
So
where Red
you
Lake
did.
Is. We did.
We'd ride a motorcycle. You were like, no.
But as much, it's a Honda scooter. Like it doesn't really go. And as much trouble as we got in that thing, I know what I would have been in if I'd gotten on that motorcycle. I would have laid it down and been.
You'd have the time of your life.
Probably
the time
of my very short life. So.
Hey, did you go to a rave today or last night or something? But there's something on your wrist there, man. What
I did not go to it's a Tuesday.
Is that your rave entry wristband?
No, I went to the doctor today.
So. Show the fine people that are watching at YouTube.
I got a 96.8.
968. You were number 968 in the door at the rave.
So when you go to the doctor nowadays, Luke, they do a temperature check on you to see. Apparently, I was 96.8. Alexa was a little worried this afternoon that I was dead or a zombie because apparently that's a low temperature.
Yeah, you're frozen.
Right? I guess. I don't know.
Are you Bruce Lee?
I was just able to pass the test. So I went to the doctor. Yeah.
You should have did some jumping jacks. It would have went up or something.
Yeah, I don't think you wanted your temperature to go up before you go see the doctor now.
Well, 96.8. That's low.
That's a little low. I'm okay with that. You don't want to pass this test. So it's my yearly exam. So I got a flu shot.
You tore it off. I didn't mean to make you mad.
I forgot about it.
You're just mad.
Yeah. So not going to the rave, not going to the bar. So I'm 50, right? I turned 50 earlier this year, and apparently that's a big...
Congratulations.
Yeah,
you did it. You did it, man.
A big momentous time in a man's medical history. Because my doctor was like, "Hey, it's that time." And I'm like, "Oh, crap.
What time?
Is it time for the prostate exam?" Because nobody told me. I am not prepared for this today. Like, what are we doing here? What's the prep
You were
for this?
scared?
I was a little bit. Like,
you're like, I'm running a very low temperature.
Yeah, because he got all serious, and my doctor. He's yours, and he's a cool cat, and he's got a pretty good bedside manner, right?
Yeah.
And so you're at that age, and I was literally like. The last time I got worried about this is 2 or 3 years ago, maybe, or 4 years ago when they started implementing those yearly checks.
Yeah.
I came in and they're like, "Oh, there's a gown for you." And I was like,
"No, there isn't."
Like, a gown?
That's too small.
What do I need a gown for? And my mind starts flipping, right? I'm like, did I miss something? Was I supposed to do something? Was I supposed to prepare for this prostate exam that I'm apparently going to get? Why do I need to be in a gown? And they just came in. They were just searching they do the skin check thing on your back and look over your body to see.
Sure.
Right?
Spots.
Right. But he had this serious
They're
tone.
like, "You're a tiger, Jared. You're a tiger."
He had this serious tone of like, "Well, you are at that age." And I'm like, "Oh, shoot. Did anybody tell me I was supposed to do something for this? Because I don't know what I'm supposed to do." You think they would have prepped. He's like, "It's time for a colonoscopy." I'm like,
"Ooh,
I guess I've had one before back like in 01. They were trying to figure out what was wrong with my gut, and turned out it was my gallbladder. But that didn't happen. They didn't figure that out for another 4 years.
Do you want to release this to our fine people?
HIPAA violations. It's all out there. So
we're gonna go live on your colonoscopy.
Colonoscopy. How old are you?
They're not that old.
You've got what, 8 more years?
8 more? No, not yet. 9.
9 more years?
I got my birthday's next week, but
so 8 more years, and then you're going to have this fun conversation.
Well, it will be an episode 6010.
So our buddy,
so that's the deal. I'll go in live with you for yours.
I don't think they're going to let you.
In 8 years, you can go in live on mine.
So our buddy Fred just had one, right? And I was talking to him today, and I'm like, yeah, Luke wants to go in. He's like, what? They're not going to let Luke go in.
Yeah. I'll be like, this is entertainment at its finest.
At its finest. I'm like,
we'll watch you get in your gown and be like, Jared, how are you feeling right now? I mean, they'll let me get out.
So how do you think the current Mrs. Bennett's going to feel about you taking me to get
She'll
my
be like,
blood?
good, I don't have to take it.
I don't have to do it. She might. There'll be some prep work. Apparently,
I'll be like, he'll be fine. Watch the Fest podcast live. You'll be right there with us.
I'll be in there with the doctor. He's going to be like, I'm sure this is a HIPAA violation. There's got to be a HIPAA violation.
I'll be like, come on. We'll just cut it right before everything else happens.
Jared's going in.
We at least have to film when you drink that tar stuff or whatever.
Yeah, apparently that's the worst.
Yeah, we'll do that. Minimal, at least.
Fred said he was miserable about that. So,
really?
Yeah, he didn't have a good time.
I heard it's mixed with Gatorade or something.
I don't know. It doesn't sound good. Apparently, I will be, me and the porcelain throne will be good friends. And you can't eat a day before. And so.
Well, that's fine. You'll lose some more weight.
Weight. Down 30 pounds as of today.
Then you'll be down 35.
I got to.
Maybe 40 by then.
40. I got to look a little slim. I got a gut here that's showing up on these YouTube videos. I haven't been able to get the light jumper guys to like edit that out or make me look skinny.
The podcast has helped you physically, mentally,
I got to look at that gut every week. All right, I'm not having that blizzard today.
They'll be like, Jared, how'd you lose 100 pounds? I started a podcast with this guy.
The only downfall to it
colonoscopy
is the you can't say colonoscopy. The only downfall is you're a candy pusher around this place.
I am not.
I'll be glad
you grab the candy
once the Halloween is over, so that
it's
we can
over,
get
man.
rid of. It's not really, especially apparently with Ralphie's costume.
How can everybody find us, Jared? How
Apple
can
Podcasts
they see your colonoscopy?
How many times are you gonna get that wrong?
Apparently every single time.
All right, say it slow with me.
Colonoscopy.
All right.
We're gonna go live.
We're going to go live.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We'll let our fine listeners know. How can they keep listening so then they can watch it live on the Best Podcast Facebook page? What do you got, Jared?
You're going to go to iTunes or Apple Podcasts, and you're going to subscribe and review, because those are the things that are going to get us on the front page. It's not how many views or how many listens. It's people that subscribe and review.
It's coming. I can feel it.
If you could do it, that'd be great. We want to get more listeners. We'd really appreciate it. Appreciate it.
I will appreciate it there, Jared.
And then we have a challenge on YouTube. What's that, Luke?
Yes, we want 100 subscribers by November 6th, because right now, obviously, you've already heard Ralphie's top 3, where if we get to 100 subscribers by November 6th
today.
We sandballed it?
I came in with a different number than it was.
So that's fine. We just got to get to 100.
So if you know anybody that hasn't subscribed to our podcast, you should go check Trace's phone right now.
Jump over to the YouTube. Trace is doing it.
No?
And I'm going to tell you why, because once we get to 100, Ralphie's going to jump into his sexy nurse outfit for the next YouTube episode after November 6th. So you'll be able to see that. But if we don't get to 100, he's not going to do it. But we would all love to see that. Right. He agreed to it. Jump back if you haven't seen it. Jump back a couple segments from this one, and he'll definitely put his seal on that he's going to do it. Also, in the first 100, we're going to jump you into a drawing for festival tickets.
Trace
around
just subscribed.
Trace did it. Bang!
We're one
Jacob, dang, boom!
Jacob was already subscribed.
We're going to do another one.
All right, we need more.
Jump on that YouTube channel, The Fest Podcast. Hit subscribe. Hit it. Make a comment. Watch Ralphie squeeze into that sexy nurse outfit. We are going to see it all. See, what'd you just say?
See, I hope we don't see it all. But I don't know. You guys were on the road for a while.
Hey, if you like what you're about to listen to and hear, this is our boys, the Quaker City Nighthawks.
Go give them a listen and a like.
Yes, hit it up. Here's to you, here's to me, you know the rest, and we are out of here.